Hello, welcome to Dan's Bike Show. I'm Dan. Today's episode is going to be a belated update on the North American Handmade Bike Show from 2011. But first, I want to talk about some news. Either I started a movement or tapped into the zeitgeist. In any case, last week Diane Sawyer on ABC News ran a series of stories about Made in America, called Made in America. And one of the things they tried to do was build an entire house out of entirely U.S. sourced products, which I think was great. I was really excited to see this story, especially the positive way it was done. I think it inspires hope for our future. Also, Bill S-1619 passed the Senate last week by a large margin. This is basically a tariff to cancel out China's currency manipulations. Rather than being valued on the open market or pegged to a precious metal like silver or gold, China's currency is pegged directly to the US dollar, making US dollars worth more, making Chinese labor artificially less expensive, therefore making US made products more expensive and Chinese products less expensive in the US market. I don't know if this bill will achieve the intended purpose if it is passed into a law. My training is in engineering, not economics, but I think it's a really good thing that there's at least a discussion about it. Now onto the review of the North American Handmade Bike Show. The North American Handmade Bike Show would take almost a full year to properly review. There are so many great bike people out there doing really great things. If I were to review one frame builder, I feel like I would have to review them all just to be fair. I don't have the resources to do that. What I will do is say the show is excellent. I recommend going to anyone who has the means to attend. In short, it was awesome to see the craftsmanship and ingenuity put forth by my fellow Americans. I also want to cover my personal highlight of the show. I got to meet Paul of Paul Components, nice parts since 1989. We had a short discussion about how great his brakes are, and he gave me a bottle opener. Sweet. I attended most of the seminars. The downside is that I had less time to view all of the booths at the show. The upside is that I learned a lot. To make this review honest, I have to say it was clear that most of the seminars were selling something, but I would say they're roughly 90% educational, 10% commercial. I didn't end up with a timeshare or anything like that. So overall, I recommend attending the seminars if you're so inclined. I don't want to go negative, but since there's so much good about the show, it's actually easier to review my one big criticism of the show. A large percentage of the booths featured products that were neither handmade nor North American. For example, Brooks saddles. Great saddles, they're handmade, but not in North America. And Physique saddles, also handmade, but not North American. And it wasn't just saddles. There's Continental tires, handmade in Germany. Germany's not North America. But my biggest criticism was Shimano. Love them or hate them, they're not handmade or North American. I have no idea what they were doing at the show. I assume that others must have noticed this. I don't know if others gave the same feedback. The show could be a wonderful showcase of American products if it would only stay true to its name. I hope the future shows will tend more in this direction. I would also like to give props to the city of Austin. It seems like a bicycle-friendly city with plenty of interesting rideable destinations. Finally, I would like to talk a little bit about bike people. This seems like the one industry where people inside will actually try to invite you in, as if to say, hey, you want to build bikes? I build bikes. Come over here, I'll show you how to do it. And they'll honestly be excited for you to join and make your contribution. When I use the term bike people, I'm not just talking about people in the industry. I'm talking about all people that ride. They're all pretty friendly and helpful. In fact, I've concluded that I'm probably the biggest jerk on the road or on the trails. And relative to non-bike society, I'm not that bad. I would like to end with a short story about an old riding buddy of mine. We called him Beavis. He used to wear this shirt all the time. One day, we started talking about shirts they gave away at races, and I commented that I liked this one from the Roots, Rocks, and Ridges race in Ellicottville, New York. He paused, looked at the shirt, looked at me, and literally gave me the shirt off his back. Clearly, he was a little slimmer than I am. But the point is that bike people are good people. So, go out and hug a cyclist today.